Hello, my name is Sharita Coleman, and I am coming to you with an informative speech on how to plan a wedding. Ordering a wedding cake and finding a dress and searching for a venue are not the only things that you should consider in planning a wedding. A wedding consists of several factors before you can make it be a complete wedding and a wedding of your desire. One of the things to do or try to do is to figure out how you're going to plan your wedding. You can do that in regards to making sure that you pick the right theme, the right date, spending your spending budget, developing a timetable, and putting all of your things that you have into action. One of the many ways of planning a wedding would be to develop a theme and to develop your time. You would need to have your theme and time to coincide with your venue. A lot of times, depending on where you're wanting to have your wedding, it's quite difficult to align a date with your venue, especially if it's during the summer months. Women have a big deal about having the perfect location and the perfect setting for the wedding, so that should be one of the many things that should be considered when planning your wedding. Determining your spending budget is the most crucial, I would say, of all the things when planning a wedding, other than having your corrected or your right groom or bride. Your spending budget would be the main thing that would determine how your wedding turns out. Because if you don't have enough money for a particular type of wedding, then things can really be upsetting for the bride. And of course, we don't want the bride to be upset. Another thing that we should try to consider when planning a wedding is developing a timetable. Well, when you're developing your timetable, make sure that you set up deadlines. Deadlines for making sure that you have your deposit made and all monies paid to your coordinator for your venue, for your wedding party's attire, making sure that the wedding party has paid all of their monies and have all of their things together. What else? Let's see. Setting up for a photographer or someone to video record your wedding, your reception, your honeymoon, and most of all your cake. You want to definitely make sure that you pick a cake of your choice for both the bride and the groom. And once you do all of these things that I've mentioned in regards to your theme, your date, your spending time, timetable, I should say, and your budget, then you can put your plan into action. You need to make sure that you know how many people that you're going to invite, so that at your venue you have a lot of things set up, in regards to, you want to be set up nice and neat, where it won't seem as though your wedding party is all bunched up. That's a part of planning, the planning part of it. Once you determine your wedding date and your venue, things of that sort, then it's pretty much downhill. Your wedding coordinator and your bridesmaid or your matron of honor can pretty much get together and set everything else up for you, such as your dates that you go and try on wedding dresses, the dates that you go out and find your wedding party's dress that you like for them to have, the type of shoes. That's kind of cute. I think that's kind of fun. It's consistent of shopping, so I think that's a really good deal. However, when I got married, I only had one person in my wedding party as well as my husband, so we didn't have to do a whole lot, but just going to different places and calling and setting up different things was very informative and very helpful. I thought it was really, really cool. Rule of thumb: make sure that you pick and find a photographer that's a professional. Don't use your digital cameras, because it's just something about the professional glare, not glare, but the professionalism of taking pictures or having your wedding photographed. You can always go back to it. So, rule of thumb: make sure that you do that. One other thing that I would like to say is that when you're picking your venue, make sure that you check out or make sure there's enough room or enough space in soundproof areas, if you get a DJ, or if you don't, if you just have soft music or orchestra or whomever to play, make sure that the place meet the needs of those things, so that it won't be a flawed day, because the bride does not want to be upset, or you do not want to have a bridezilla set up for the wedding party. I definitely would. So I think that would be one of the good things, a good tip for the bride's maid or the matron of honor to try to consider. Once you've established and set all of your deadlines and you've met them, then you're pretty much ready to put your plan into action and get ready for your bridal shower and have a good time and have your rehearsal dinner and fellowship and just pretty much just have a low key and lay back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I know I did. I really did enjoy my time that I had, and my wedding was good. It rained quite naturally, but I still enjoyed it. One of the most important things I would tell you to do is to make sure that you get a keepsake box so that you can keep out everything that you've planned and kept prior to your wedding, so that you can look back on it once you become the new Mrs. whomever you're going to be. I hope I have fulfilled my thesis in regards to helping you plan a wedding, and I hope that you enjoy yourself and find life on the other side, if you're planning to get married, a very pleasurable one. Thank you and have a good night.